messy and nasty. Yeah, you know the deal, and they still lit. Throwing $100 bills, and they still lit.
What's popping, y'all?
What's good, everybody?
Yeah.
Hi.
Welcome to Talk Spicy.
Where we don't know how to talk nicely. I'm the lit one, Ritz.
I am the groundbreaking Gladdy. How y'all ladies doing today?
Good.
I'm great, thanks.
You want to introduce yourself, or would you like me to?
Honey, you go for it.
Okay, this is a comedian. I always give a backstory. This is a comedian that we met downtown, and she's funny as hell, and her name is Natasha Locklear.
That's me. You can just call me Tasha. You don't have to use my whole government name, but it's completely fine.
Okay, I was like,
I'm Tasha. No,
Sorry.
girl, no.
Look, if your middle name was up there, I probably would have read
Girl,
that.
no. I was like, I'm just Tasha. Everybody before shows are like, what do you want me to say about you? I'm like, I'm Tasha or whatever.
For real.
Okay.
I said, nah, I'm chill.
And you're definitely funny as fuck. Like,
Thank you.
no
I
cap.
appreciate it.
You were definitely one of my top 3 from the evening we sat
We
in.
honestly thought you were going to win.
Yeah,
we wanted
facts.
you to win. We cheered the hardest for you.
I had
honestly.
people coming to me afterwards, and they were like, wow. I'm just like, listen, I'm just appreciative of the opportunity. You know, I gave my spiel because I don't want the Lord to cast bad things upon me because I'm trying to live in gratitude. So I appreciate everybody.
Yeah.
But I made some good people out of it. You know,
Yeah.
Karen's awesome. I had, you know, I'm cool. But, yeah.
Good.
And you met us.
Of course you met me. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy you met me. Thanks.
Word.
What got you into comedy?
Well, I've been wanting to do it for a couple of years, but it's like, hey, I don't want to lose my real job because, you know, I talk kind of different than most people do. I work at a fucking doctor's office, and they're
Okay.
conservative as shit. And I'm just like, I can't lose my job. I got to take care of my kid. And then finally I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it. So I started doing it down like in Myrtle Beach because it's far enough away where I can kind of do my own thing and nobody there knows me. And then I was like, I don't want to keep traveling. And then I saw, okay, y'all think I'm weird, but I do a lot of meditating and shit. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to speak what I want to the universe. And I was like, this is what I want. And then the next day, somebody sent me a thing about Port City Comedy Jam. And that's how I signed up for it.
Well, you said, so you did like sets before, like open mics in Myrtle Beach?
Yeah,
and stuff
I
like
did
that?
a couple down in Myrtle Beach, like all the way down to Myrtle's Inlet, where it was like 2 hours away and like stuff like that. But they can't handle somebody like me because I was usually the only colored one in the room. So they can't handle flavor sometimes.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard talking about being poor with only rich people.
Hashtag can't relate.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, you don't get me. And then it's like, oh, I look like this, but I got a little bit of flavor. So I also like to look at couples where the woman is very insecure and tell her I'll fuck her husband. So that makes me feel happy.
Oh my God.
I was not expecting you to say that.
She's extremely spicy with her comedy.
Yeah.
Yes.
She might be dead ass, but
Right?
Well-
no,
part of the
she's
set.
dead ass. I'm just like,
You know, what's bad is when, you know, it's a white person with really bad tracks and you can see her tracks and then she has the nerve to have a really bad attitude and I know I'm funny as hell. You know what? Now I have to call you out and I'll look right at you and I'll say, you know what? My mom used to fuck married men and I think that's where I got it from.
that's crazy. You know what's crazy? How soon, should I say how recent I found out that white women wear tracks.
Oh, they do.
I know, but it was like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, damn.
They
we
steal
can't have shit in
everything.
peace.
no, exactly.
My daddy was Native American. I don't even want to talk about it, but everybody should be happy where they're at. You're welcome. Yeah, I don't have any extra government funds, but I would take a food stamp card if anybody would like to sell some and meet me down at the food line.
Oh, for real.
Which one?
Yeah, which one? The one with the security guard over by Curry Market.
I got
No,
the
I'm
food
just
stamp plug. You
Yeah.
good. You
yeah.
good.
What you got?
For real.
Yeah,
This shit out of
So
control.
how long has it been since you started?
October. Like it hasn't even been a full year.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
crazy.
but
And
it's
you got
like
your
with
shit
me,
down packed,
like
too.
like I grew up rough. So, and I grew up in a big ass dysfunctional family. None of us look the same. There were mom and daddies all over the place. My mom had 3 kids by 3 different people. My dad had 3 kids. My dad was Native, so he had 3 kids by a Native woman. And then they got married and had me and my 2 brothers. So none of us looked the fucking same.
Yeah.
So growing up in a house like that where both your parents were fucking crazy is like, okay, so you're either going to learn how to take care of yourself and have some thick skin or your ass ain't going to make it because we don't do crying in my family.
How many kids were under one roof?
9. I'm number 7.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it felt fucking crazy. That's why I didn't want kids. I was like, I like to not share my food.
When did you change your mind?
Last year I was finally like, okay, you know, what about having kids?
Yeah.
When I was one of those people that said, you know, I ain't never having kids, and then I got fat and I gained like 80 pounds because they always told me I couldn't have kids anyway. I've seen like 3 specialists that said you can't have kids, it's not a possibility. Okay, cool. That means I can fuck all I want and I don't have no consequences. But then I got pregnant, got a little knocked up. Now I'm a breeder. So she's 5 and she's a little angel. Aww. But I gained a whole bunch of weight. My doctor couldn't figure out why I was gaining weight. And he tried to give me diet pills and I didn't take them. And then I legit had a dream and she was like, hey, I'm going to be your kid. And I didn't fucking believe it. And the next morning my feet were swollen and she came 19 days later.
What the
I'm dead ass serious.
So you just thought you were gaining weight. You're literally one of those stories.
I kept going to the doctor. The doctor couldn't figure out why I was gaining weight.
That's crazy.
I had no morning sickness. I had no movement. There was nothing.
I feel like I could go to the doctor for a sore throat and they're like, take a pregnancy test. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, because they were just like, no. They were flat out like, listen, even if you have in vitro, you cannot carry a baby. Like, it is like not possible for you.
Oh,
so Jesus told them.
Wiped off the table.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so Jesus let them know who was in charge. So now I have a baby.
Yeah.
And that's
dope.
we're kind of like roommates. I'm just like, hey, you want something to eat? She's like, yeah, I'll come in there and help you. Like, that's how we live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like my little angel. Because the way I am like this, like, she don't hear cuss words. I'm like, no, my parents fucked me up, so I'm not trying to fuck her up as bad.
Yeah.
Why do you think you're fucked up?
Oh, girl, I had to overcome a whole bunch of shit. My family's still crazy as hell. I mean, I grew up where, like, my dad was telling me jokes about women and their pussies and if you can tell if they were tight or not. Like, that's the kind of shit I grew up with. I have a whole bunch of brothers. My dad had a business, so I was always around the people that worked for him. And it was just what it was.
Yeah.
So
and
it's like,
that was the norm.
Like, that was my normal.
Yeah, we had conversations like that, like, where certain things, our thing we talk about the most is, like, how when we were children, our parents left us by ourselves. Like, I was in the crib by myself at 7. Yeah. Like, only thing I couldn't do was touch the stove. Like,
you were self-sufficient is what I like to call it.
So
and
crazy.
you know what? It's like, yeah.
And it's regular. You going to jail for that shit today.
Listen.
You going to jail.
You're not over 13.
Going down. Listen.
No.
It was 2 rules when I was left by myself. Don't touch the stove and don't open the door.
No.
That's it. Everything else was a go.
That's right. Them Jehovah Witnesses won't get in.
Do not open the door for their eyes.
Nope. That's
real.
when you lay on the floor pretending you ain't home. Like, they're coming for you. Hold on, lay down.
For real.
Yeah.
Why that was even a thing? Like, you ducked, like they could see you?
Because they act like rent a center. They're like, I think I hear something.
Yeah, they gonna stand there.
You know what I'm talking about.
They gonna wait. Yeah.
Look, they're talking about, I hear something. They ain't made their couch payment. I'm like, don't talk to me like I ain't nobody. Leave, okay? I didn't answer my phone for a reason. But yeah, no, I grew up rough. Like, that's just how it was.
Do you think that was like a factor in discovering your passion for
comedy? Yeah, it was a survival mechanism. It's like, okay, so my brothers are selling dope, or they're doing dope, and my sisters are getting pregnant and not finishing school, and it's like, I don't want to be like none of that shit, so what am I going to do? So I read all the time. I stayed by myself. And then it's like, there's always something that somebody's going to pick on you about. Just always some bullshit. So it's like, if you could start picking on yourself and get your own thick skin, and coming from my family, they will fucking tear you down. Like, it ain't that shit. Like, my brother used to always say, you know, you're fat. You're fat. I'm like, that's cool. But you know what? I know who my daddy is.
Straight like that.
Period.
Like, legit. And because he don't look like me.
You can't
That's
say,
low.
you
I was
can't
about
say
11
shit
years
out
old
of
coming up with that shit. I was like 11. I was like, oh, I got you, motherfucker. I got you.
Damn.
Call me fat again, bitch.
Look, and I was
This is
like,
really my daddy right here.
yeah, I
Where
was
yours
like,
at?
I look like him, and you don't. And he did. He was blonde hair and blue eyed.
Yeah.
And then my daddy's funny as hell. And he's like, Daddy, tell her you're my daddy. He's like, listen, son, that's between your mama and God. I just take care of you.
Are your parents both here?
Oh, they're both
with
dead.
Oh.
Don't worry, you didn't do it. It's fine.
Did they get a chance? No, you say you started last year. How
No,
long
my
ago?
mom died when I was 15. I grew up rough. Like, my mom didn't even want me. She put my shit on the porch when I was like 7, put all my shit in garbage bags, told my dad to come get me. So my dad raised me.
What the fuck you do?
It won't me. She's crazy. She was bipolar. And I mean, she just like to party all the time. You know, some people are just not made to be parents.
And you was cock blocking.
Yeah, well, honey, that didn't stop her. Let me tell you what. My mama had a lot of friends. She had a very big social life. But, so, trust me, kids didn't stop that fucking train from moving.
Yeah.
But my dad was like, more like, listen, you're going to get in the house. We're going to have dinner this time. He was the more stable one anyway, even though he had his own crazy shit. So, I mean, that's just how it was.
Yeah.
Are you close with your other siblings?
No, because half of them ain't no fucking good. They're either in prison all the time, or they're doing some shit they ain't supposed to do, or they don't take care of their fucking kids. And I'm like, that ain't for me, and you ain't going to be around my kid.
Yeah.
So, I ain't fucking with you.
Facts.
So
Do you know if any of them know about your comedy?
I talked to one brother and he knows. The rest of them I don't give a fuck if they know or they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how I roll, and they know it too.
You got to get your one brother at least to come to a set.
He's real conservative. He went the other way where I went like this, and he's just like, I gotta go to church tonight. But he's cool. Like, he knows about it. He's seen some stuff. Like, he's real supportive on on that part.
That's so crazy that conservatives like don't be interested in comedy. Like, because even comedy is everywhere. Like, it's regular shit.
Well, he
like,
thinks I'm funny, but I don't think it's like the spot. Like, him and his wife will like go. Yeah. Like, they wouldn't do anything like that.
You don't want me to curse, huh?
Oh no, he knows I'm like this at the dinner table. Like, this is just how I am. It's like, don't ask me no shit because I will tap dance on your last nerve.
How'd your first like comedy show go? Or your first
Well,
set?
I had too many drinks. And
Everybody says this, though.
I didn't realize that it was like a competition, my first one too. Okay. So on top of that, plus I was the only woman. So I got used to being the only woman, so I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And then I was the last one to go. I was like, fuck, I didn't want to be the last one. I want to be in like the middle. And then I saw the people that were going. I was like, oh, I can for real do this shit. Why was I worried? I was real nervous ahead of time. So I was like, let me get my drinks in. I took somebody's Adderall.
Oh my God.
Listen,
I don't even know what that does. Alcohol and Adderall.
Oh man.
You know what? It's like the poor person's cocaine.
Focus. For real.
I've never done the real stuff because, like I said, the poor person's cocaine. From what I understand,
The great value.
yeah. But you know what? The macaroni and cheese is still good. So I didn't need to eat anything, and I was staying awake, and that was my goal.
Yeah.
But it was timed, but they didn't have a timer, so it was like all these other things, and they gave you like a weird ass time. It was like 7 minutes. But then they had all these rules. You can't say curse words. You can't do this. You can't do that. So I went up there and do my usual set, like you've seen, and I was like, you know what? I don't do too good with rules, so I'm gonna give it to you like I give it, and this is just what it is.
This will be my last time seeing y'all.
Yep. And then there was like, it was like a real conservative crowd too, where it's like a lot of older people, and it's like basically you'll do well there if you're like a white male that talks about NASCAR. Well, I'm just talking about me and my life. Yeah. So this is what you get. Like, I'm not gonna pretend to be somebody else because of how you are. You adapt to me, I don't adapt to you. You're watching me, I'm not watching you.
That's
makes
how
I roll.
Hell yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be me. Fuck
I'm
all
me.
that shit.
Now you could hate it or love it, but you're still watching my ass, and that's cool. You can watch me
And
up here
I
for my
got
fucking
6
7
minutes
minutes.
left.
And you're gonna either laugh or force yourself not to laugh.
Well, the funny thing is,
really
like,
funny.
a whole bunch of people followed me outside. They were like, you were the funniest fucking one. A lot of the comics I had a really good rapport with. Some of the people that worked at one of the bigger clubs in Myrtle Beach is like, you keep working on yourself, and I want to come put you on the bigger stage. So I just haven't really made it back out there, but I've done a couple like smaller places, like smaller bars. I went to Myrtle's Inlet, I did one. But it's funny thing is, like, usually it's the really uptight women that have an issue. The dudes I'm fucking killing it with.
Yeah, because they're saying the shit anyway.
Yeah.
Just if their wives aren't around. So
Exactly.
they're talking about this shit anyway.
I'm just like, honey, I come from a big family, and I have fucking 4 brothers. You can't say shit around me that's going to make... And it's funny because when people first meet me and I haven't met them before, I'm real quiet on purpose. And they're like, oh, honey, I'm sorry. Ma'am, do you want me to help you get on stage? I'm like, oh, absolutely. And then I go up there and talk like I'll fucking talk. And I'm like, they're like, oh, shit. I'm like,
Look,
Boy, you better check your
Don't
wallet.
be judging me, motherfucker.
No, I did judge. Not in a bad way, but I was like, what the fuck she about to talk about? I
And
wasn't
that-
expecting.
She went up there and went crazy.
Word.
I was over there crying like, what the fuck? Like, ain't no way she up there talking like that,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
I'm just like, hi.
that was good shit.
Yeah.
Have you ever like bombed a set, like fucked up, or where you felt like you fucked up?
Well, the first one I did, I went over my time on top of that. But I don't feel like I bombed it because it was like my first time and I still got really good stuff. But I did another one at a really small place, but it's like I work a regular job and then I had to take care of my kid afterwards, and then I tried to drive down to Myrtle Beach, and I just didn't have my set on point, but it was a small place, so it was more like a practice kind of place anyway. But other than that, no. But the place down in Myrtle was Inlet because they were so conservative. And I'm like, it was talking about like a Mother's Day thing. So I'm like, fuck, I'll talk to you about my mom, and this is just how it was.
Yeah.
Mama didn't give a fuck. She will fuck your husband. She ain't making you no cookies. Like, that's just what it was. She got a car that she ain't planning on taking none of you in.
And then she kicking me up.
Yeah. So
Damn.
I'm like, listen, that's just what it was.
Mama was gangster.
So they're just like, I'm like, listen, just because somebody's dead don't mean they ain't who they fucking were.
Facts.
That's for real. It is what it is.
Yeah. I'm like, listen. The older I got, the more I'm like, listen, she had her own fucking shit. And sometimes it's hard to deal with your shit while you're taking care of a whole bunch of fucking people. So I'm like, you know what? It's what it is.
Yeah.
You heal from it, you move on, you do better. I'm trying to do better with my kid, and that's what it's about.
Do you like freestyle? some of your sets?
Oh
Like,
yeah, oh
you
yeah.
do?
So I have like my stuff that I'm like,
Improv.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I have a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, okay, this is kind of some touching points. Like I'll pick a theme and this is what I'm going to do. But then I always leave room to kind of improv, depending on how the audience is. I like to pick people out and just talk shit to people. I love just talking shit. Honey, I'll talk shit. You got red box. I ain't talking. I don't give a shit. I just like to talk to people sometimes.
I want to try stand up one time, but I really like want to bomb it on purpose type shit. I don't know. I just, you feel me? It's just something about the booze, like, you know, because once again, back to the battle rap shit, like, you know, I feel like I'm always the villain.
Yeah.
Like I feel like everybody always rooting for the other person. So I really just want to go up there and talk crazy.
I definitely think you could go up there and roast people.
That's why, that type of shit.
See,
like,
that's how
make
my
them,
living room was. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like that.
Yeah.
I grew up like that.
Yeah, I want to do that so bad, like, you feel me? Because I will also laugh at your jokes too.
Yeah.
While you roasting me, I'm gonna bug, but I'm gonna get you back. You know what I'm saying?
You guys went to the second one, right? Where I had on like the blue dress, right? So let me tell you, the first one I went to was the first time I had met Karen. We have only talked a little bit like on Messenger. So I got up there. I was like, "Hey, Miss Karen, I'm here, you know, for the show." And then she was like doing something in cussing. She's like, "Baby, I'm so sorry. You're so prim and proper." I was like, "Karen, let me explain something to you. I will go outside and piss in them bushes in this dress. Do you think that stops me?" She's dying laughing. Then after my set, her and Orlando were like, "Oh my God, where have you been?" I'm like, "Listen, I'll just kind of do my thing."
So is that intentional? The kind of teacup dress and the pearls.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Oh,
you come
yeah.
up there and just
I
as
saw
vulgar
that.
as it
Yeah.
gets.
I saw that. Like, you know, I was like, that's kind of like a costume. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that's,
Plus, I don't want to find two pieces of clothes that match. So this just kind of does it for me.
yeah.
So this is what I'm digging. Yeah, I'm like, listen, and I'm trying to be comfortable. This shit's way more comfortable than people realize. I mean, this shit is comfortable as hell. Yeah.
That's crazy. Smart as fuck.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, I do my thing. I'm going to be comfortable no matter what I'm doing. I ain't trying to be uncomfortable, you know.
So does all of your like sets come from? Well, obviously they come from life experience, but do you like observe whatever's going on in your environment and then put your set together, or is it another way you come up with it?
It's a little bit of all of it, depending on like what's happening at the time. So like the other day, I was at the pool with my kid. I went to my friend's house. I went to their pool. They have a nice little community and stuff outside of Jacksonville, and this bitch was there with her kid. Okay. And I'm at that point, like, my kid's about to go to school, so I really got to keep myself in check. Because, like, I don't cuss around my kid. Like, people meet her, and they're like, "Is this really your kid?" I'm like, me with my kid is different than me at work, and it's different than me everywhere else. So I'm sitting there. This lady's there, and you can tell the lady looks like she's probably been taking somebody's pills any fucking way. Who goes to the? Who goes to
somebody's pills?
You know she is. So listen, I like to profile people. I watch Criminal Minds. I'm just like, you know,
Favorite things to do.
girl. I had to quit watching that for a little bit because I was going to Food Line just staring at people. I'm like, that motherfucker's only buying this and this. I know he's about to go kill
About to go
somebody.
rape a bitch.
He lives with his mama and he's trying to steal me. Not interested. Not tonight. So she's at the pool with some shorts on, some jean shorts, and a long t-shirt. Okay, I'm just looking. I was like, all right, I'm just going to watch this shit. I like to watch people. Like, that's me. Plus, in my environment, my family was crazy. So you need to know, my mom was bipolar. So you need to know if this bitch is about to start flipping out and throwing shit at you. So I'm always on the lookout. So I learned early on as a kid, I'm a fucking good lookout. I'm watching this shit. I'm about to see what's going to happen. The FBI should give me a job. I think I'm real fucking good at this shit.
Heads on.
Shouts out to my Aunt Bridget, because she the same way.
Yeah. But you know what? I don't miss nothing.
Yeah.
And so her kid was in the pool. It was her and another kid. All right. So my kid's so sweet. These kids are a little bit older. Hey, can I play with you? This is my name. Hey, I went, yeah. She's so sweet. I'm like, I would never do that, but good for her. I'm trying to do better. And then the little girl was like looking at her and trying to be a fucking asshole, okay?
To your daughter?
Yeah. She's just been an asshole. And I was watching this shit with my drink. And she went and put her pool toys away so my kid couldn't play with them. And I looked at my kid. I was like, it's okay. Some people don't want to share. I'm trying to do the right thing. But on the inside, I was like, I'll fuck this kid up and I'll fuck her mama up too. But I'm trying to do better. I just let it stay on the inside.
I could take both these
Yeah,
hoes.
I was like,
Snatch your
you
Barbies
don't
off
even
the
know.
steps and kick your
You don't
daughter,
even
whatever
know.
I said.
I'll body slam this bitch. But I'm trying to do better, so I'm just watching this shit. And I'm just like, let me see what's going to happen in the next few minutes. So the girl started swimming, and then she was purposely kicking water in my kid's face. And then my kid's like, excuse me, please don't do that to me. I don't like it. And then,
as you know, you would want to teach your kids how to be.
And then my friend's over here with me, and I know she's like, oh, shit.
Your eggs over there frying.
Shit. I'm just like, you don't even know. You don't even know. I'm about to fuck her up. I'm going to start with her mama first so she knows what's about to come for. But I didn't. I'm so proud of myself. See, on the inside, I was like, honey, it ain't her fault. She's got homemade bangs and she has a fucking lisp. Like, you're
my God.
I know that my kid's a 10 and she has a great personality. This little girl was ugly as fuck and she's got a bad attitude.
What in the fuck?
You can't be bad.
Homemade bangs?
No.
No.
And
What
she has
is
a
that?
and she has a lisp. They're right.
Like, just,
You know what I'm talking about. And then her mama looks like how she's looking. Honey, she's got low self-esteem. That's what I wanted to say, but I was just trying to be a good mom. So, yes, those are the things I think about.
That's crazy.
And at that moment, I get this whole set in my head. It'll come through, and I'm just like, hold on a second. And I just start putting stuff on my phone. I was like, I got to remember this shit.
Yeah.
I got to remember this shit.
how did it end? Look, I want to know. Did you just get
No, see, I like to make people feel uncomfortable, so I just kept staring at her fucking mama.
Oh, yeah.
Like this.
Yeah, that would
Yeah, you
kill
gonna,
me.
yep.
That would kill me.
Yep.
What the fuck
Especially
is this
somebody
bitch?
that you can tell is already insecure. I got you.
Yeah.
Next time
Yeah.
we go somewhere to eat, you gotta show me like who has a homemade bang.
Yeah.
You got to tell me.
Well,
like,
those are harder to
I
come by
gotta see.
these days. It's usually in a trailer park.
Oh my god.
I think I had homemade bangs one time.
No, you didn't.
Damn.
Was that only? Is that
But
something
look,
you did
my
or your
white,
cousin
my white
did?
little stepsister cut them for me.
Okay,
So,
but
See what I'm
what
saying?
you knew that it
Well, see what
involved
she
a
said?
white person.
See what she said?
You see what I'm saying? Were you anywhere near a trailer park? You're a liar.
out to
You're a
Grace.
liar. You're a liar. She's
I thought I was
lying.
cute.
That shit
Listen,
crazy.
you're a liar.
Damn, homemade bang.
It was.
Analyst.
She did, and she was like 8 years old, sucking her thumb. I was like, oh, that's what's wrong with her.
Did the mama have a lisp?
I don't know what her mama had besides pills. I'm sure of, but I'm not sure.
Which I confirmed.
Besides pills.
That's all that I'm aware of, but so I can't lie. So I'm just telling you the information that I have.
For real. Who would you say like your top 5? It male or female? Who your top 5 comics?
I love old shit like Richard Pryor.
Oh yeah, funny
Like,
as fuck.
like, see, I grew up, like, my dad was like, you ain't watching no kid TV. He's like, I pay these bills. This is my TV. My dad was, like, the way I grew up versus how my friends said, like, it was different. We watched whatever he wanted to watch on TV. He gets his food first, and then your ass gets whatever's left over. So the way I'm raising my kid is completely different. But it was like, we watch Richard.
But I can relate to that. No
Yeah.
bullshit. That's how, like, my grandfather, my grandmother.
It's like the head of the house.
my
Like,
dad-
that
my
should, I think it's a
grandfather paid the
cultural
bills
thing,
and
too.
At a certain point in time.
Yeah.
So he got the food first, and then we ate, and then my grandma and the other ladies that helped cook ate. You know, which, I mean, shit, you feed me first, baby.
Listen, I'm not talking about what y'all do without your clothes
I
on.
don't even know what to say.
Yeah, look, he just stopped. He just stopped. He just stopped. He just stopped. He's like, what's happening? Her medicine done kicked in. It's fine. She just like,
Look, my medicine done
look.
kicked in.
look,
done
she
took
done,
somebody
look, she done
pills.
flatlined. She's like, where am I? We appreciate you being here. Your makeup's looking fantastic.
Thank you, bitch.
With your fresh edges.
Don't tell her that. Don't tell her that.
What? You better,
Oh my God.
listen.
Sometimes.
Look, yeah, you know, because if she won't looking right, you'd be like, listen, we can't make her leave in the house, but you looking like that.
Nah, you gotta fix that shit in the car.
Yeah.
Take that
Babe.
fucking bonnet off.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
that fucking bonnet off. Listen,
But we ain't going to the store like that.
I don't give a fuck what time it is. When we about to get it in at the crib, listen, take that
Listen.
fucking bonnet off.
This
What
ain't
is
who
you
I
doing?
got with,
What are you
right?
doing? Like,
No.
Feel me?
Where'd you come from?
baby, we
Look,
wake up in the
listen.
morning, her bonnet on the back of her back,
Yeah.
her scarf. I'm like, what is you doing? Like, you gotta tighten up, babe.
Listen, we do the best we can do, okay? You people are a
Trying to
lot.
hold it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love like Richard Pryor. I love Chris Rock, like old Chris Rock
yeah.
before he got into like a whole bunch of movies. I like people before they get too into Hollywood kind of stuff.
bougie.
When they're still hungry and they're still them, they're not worried about being PC. Like, I like the fact that you can just say whatever fuck you want to say and ain't nobody going to cancel your ass. Because now everybody wants to cancel somebody for something.
Yeah.
But I'll let you know straight up, I don't give a fuck, and you can't cancel nothing because I don't even have Spectrum, so it don't matter. What the fuck you gonna cancel? My Duke Energy?
Right.
What you
the
gonna
fuck is
do?
you
What you
cancel?
gonna do to me that I can't do to
That's
myself?
My Amazon account.
Yeah.
For real.
Nope. Nope.
I just
crazy.
make a new one, bitch.
Yeah. What the fuck you gonna cancel on me? I don't care for shit about that stuff. I love Ralphie May. I love some of his shit before he died.
Big.
Yeah.
Any women?
No. Besides
Damn.
myself.
Damn.
No.
Fuck it.
I did
Fuck
love
it.
Queens of Comedy.
Oh yeah, that's
Those
great.
are my
That's
girls.
epic.
Yeah.
I love
definitely.
I love them.
Leslie. Tall, dark skin.
Oh, you talking about dark skin shorty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leslie
Oh,
something.
she
I don't
funny
know.
as fuck.
She's fucking
Is that the one
hilarious.
from Saturday Night Live? Is that who you're talking about, or is that a different one?
I feel. Is she? No, she's not from
No,
Saturday Night
no.
Live.
So,
Kind of tall, kind of.
If I
bit
saw her, I
masculine.
probably know who you're talking about.
You know this lady.
Yeah.
Like she has a unique face.
Well, hope she gets a check for it.
No, she definitely paid, but she has a unique face.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like a government check. Okay.
She is on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, she
Okay,
is?
yeah.
What's her name? Leslie what?
Like Linda Leslie or something like that.
Yeah,
No.
tall.
She was on like Ghostbusters.
No, it's not Linda.
No.
No, she was in Ghostbusters.
That's the girl.
Yeah, she was.
She was on
yeah.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And then people were trying to come from. I'm like, why you gotta be like that for?
Yeah, she's
Like,
so fucking funny.
she is funny as shit.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, she got good shit. Have you watched Chris Rock's latest?
No, I haven't.
What is it? Tambourine? I think it's Tambourine. That was good. That
Was
was
it
a
good?
one.
I have
Yeah,
to see
yeah.
it. I love Dave Chappelle.
He talked about him and his wife.
Like, that was my dude.
Oh, Dave Chappelle.
Like,
I
he's
don't
like
put Dave
one of my
Chappelle as the
favorites.
GOAT.
Yeah. I love him.
Even I put him above Richard Pryor and all of them. I know it's fucked up,
I don't say it's
but
Listen.
Dave Chappelle is a different level of that shit.
I love it because he's just real about his shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is just what it is. And I can walk away from all this fucking money and I'm going to go live near the fucking Amish people in fucking Ohio and drive my expensive ass car and I don't give a shit. And that's what I'm going to do.
And I
see-
think that's what puts him above a lot of them because he's also educated about
Yes.
everything
He knows
that he's
his shit.
talking about.
Like,
He's
he
not
knows
just,
his shit.
reading the hot topic
No.
and trying to make a joke about
No,
it.
he
He's
knows
act-
his shit. You know,
Listen,
and that lets you know the difference between somebody that's been authentic and somebody that's trying to be somebody else.
Fact.
When you could take certain situations in life and make it comical, that's like a different type of skill. Like
Yeah.
this man to take murder, pedophilia, which is not funny. We're not condoning none of this. But as comedians, a lot of that shit be like, damn, that man said that. But it's funny
But
as
it's
fuck.
but you
Like,
know you already think it, but you just don't
yeah,
say it.
he say it. And they be like, what the fuck? Like, yo, this man a goat for that.
No, I mean, shit. I have some stuff I've like talked about, like, say, growing up where my mom was at was like trailer park town. You know what I'm saying? So you learn some different shit when you buy a trailer park. See, my dad, we live in the middle of nowhere. We had like 12 acres of land. You ain't, everybody's, you got the same neighbors your whole fucking life. They only live like 15 minutes from each other, but the worlds were so much fucking different. So my mom, like, she had a brother, and we learned early on, you don't be left alone with this motherfucker because he will try to diddle you. Like that's just how it was. A lot of people got funny uncles and don't
diddle
nobody
you.
want to talk about it.
No, a lot
Let me
of
tell you.
people have funny uncles.
No, but like everybody knows in the family. Listen, you don't be left alone with his ass, and it's always a fucking uncle or somebody that's a family friend that thinks they're a fucking uncle. Why you always trying to deal with somebody?
That's a
Yeah.
No,
crazy.
damn.
that's what. Maybe that's just
said some
legit.
real shit though.
That's just how it is.
Can't be with them alone.
Like, listen, you know not to be left alone with Ray. I'm like, why am I 7 years old and why are you letting him in this house? Like, why am I smart enough at 7 to figure out why are you telling me this shit?
Right.
Yeah, fact.
We should be telling him don't bring your ass
Yeah,
over
why are
here.
you letting him over here? Oh, he's a free babysitter, so you can let him be my babysitter,
Good
even though he's allowed to
Lord.
molest children. Okay, so I learned early on, these motherfuckers ain't making some good decisions. So for a long time, I used to think I was adopted or that I was put in the wrong family. And I would legit sit at the dinner table. I'd be like 8 years old, I'd be like, my real family's going to be real fucking pissed off when they find out how I've been living. I was dead ass serious, too. I was just like, oh, you don't even know. You don't even know.
For real.
Yeah, what? There's roaches in this bathtub? You're about to be fucking killed when my real family finds out. You're fucking be done with your ass.
Mom, watch your fucking back.
Yeah, sick of this shit.
That's
Sick of this
crazy.
shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
real.
that's
What's-
just how it was.
I dig it. That's
Listen,
don't be with him by yourself.
like,
though.
listen, don't be alone with Uncle Ray. And they'd give you the look, too, like,
Right.
He know how to fix cars real good. But
like,
don't be around him by your
don't do it.
Right. What's your feelings like? This in the light of you said Dave Chappelle was one of your top ones. Like in the light of the industry in this day and age, like what's your feelings towards it? Like, do you
Towards
think?
the cancel culture type
Yeah.
of thing.
I just think it's people being too in their feelings, and I think it's people that have never really had to be adverse at anything. They've never had to face anything, because being a comedian for me is just a survival mechanism. So this is how I cope. So some people want to go out and they want to do drugs, they want to go do this, they want to go do that. But no, you want to sit behind a fucking keyboard and try to cancel somebody. And I fucking think it's messed up that the companies are not standing up for their artists and saying, you know what, this is part of what they do. They're talking about what's real to them. And if you can't handle it, turn the fucking channel. Why are you going to cancel somebody that's working for you, that you know their work ethic and you know what they're worth, or you wouldn't have bothered with them to fucking start off with? Why are you going to listen to somebody that's sitting in their house that has had no fucking adversity?
And you violating my constitutional rights.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just bullshit. And that's just, like, it's the fucking companies. Why you not standing behind people?
Yeah.
That's your fucking fault. Ain't nobody making you cancel somebody besides you. Life's about fucking choices.
For real.
I'm gonna need you to choose to give me a check.
Keep paying me. Keep the checks
Yeah.
coming.
Right. It's usually the people that be giving the checks though, because you know a lot of times the people that you think is cutting you the check really not. It's people that's funding them and then
Yeah.
they cutting your check. So it really be them trying to cancel the shit because they're part of the group that you discussing.
Well, usually the people that want to cancel you were not the people that are going to be putting money in your pocket anyway.
Yes, that's yeah.
So I'm like, why are you even going to listen to that shit? It ain't real.
For real.
Did you hear about the baby and him getting canceled recently?
What baby? Girl, I don't know. What baby that got canceled? Long as it ain't my baby. I don't know. Oh yeah, I heard about that.
my
When he's
God, that was
making
good
HIV comments.
shit.
Yes, I heard that shit. I just like to fuck with you.
What
See how
baby?
fast? Well, who's got a baby? Better not be at my house. 'Cause,
pregnant bitch.
sorry, sorry, it's closed for business. I ain't having no
crazy.
more. Yeah, I heard. I mean, it's just bullshit. Why can't you say what the fuck you want to say? And if you don't like it, then don't listen to it.
And it
Like what?
wasn't-
You know what's wrong with people? And this is legit. Nobody gets punched in the fucking face no more.
That's
See,
a
growing
fact.
up where I grew up, all right, you're gonna go outside. You ain't gonna keep talking all this shit. You're gonna get in a fight at school. Everybody's gonna come watch you.
It's gonna humble you.
You're gonna go home for a couple of days or go to in-school suspension, and then your life goes on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what it was.
Yeah.
And you know what? That another problem is that I've noticed that people that don't have siblings punch them in the face. They don't know how to handle shit with life either. Now they want a trophy for showing up. No, your ass lost. Move.
My brother used to whoop my
Girl, we used to have some fights. We were like the real fight club at my house.
But he ain't really beat you up though.
No.
He probably DDT'd
Let me tell you
or something. Did a wrestling move or two
All
on you.
that.
Yeah.
We had some real fights in my house. I'll tell you a funny story about fights at my house.
Let's hear
At
it.
my okay, y'all get ready for the trailer park. So my sister was like a big instigator. My one sister. She's an asshole. Even to this day, she's an instigator. I'm like, how many times I gotta kick your ass? I've been kicking your ass our whole life. Why are you gonna start with me? She's that
Hard-headed.
kid. She's like 5-6 years older than me. She want to come hit you in the face all the time trying to fuck with you. Like to call you names that I can't say because you might get canceled. And it was the F word.
Fuck it. Talk spicy.
It was, she called me a faggot. And yeah, I was like 8 years old. Okay. I was just like, I don't even know what that is, but whatever.
Right.
But I was just like, no, I wouldn't. Don't fuck with me. Leave me alone. And then she kept fucking with me. So finally I was like, I'm about to whoop your ass. And then my mom was like, if you're going to fight, get your asses outside. And she would sit on the porch with her Misty 120s. Okay. And her,
Bitch is long.
Long bogus.
she didn't know, she didn't know how
Longer than
long it was
100s.
going to be. All
Ain't
right.
they?
She knew she had time.
They longer than
And
100.
then she looked at us flat out. I was about 8 years old. Listen, I ain't raising no pussies in this house. You go outside and fight.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't know what a pussy was. I just didn't want to be one of them. So I was like, okay, I guess you got to fucking square up. That's what you do. You go outside.
Two trailer park girls go around me outside.
I was like, all right, here we go. And she got one going. She hit me in the nose, and I was like, oh, fuck this shit. I ain't done this. And I picked her ass up. I fucked her up, too.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? It was worth it. Because you know what? If you lose that fight, not only do you get beat up in front of all your siblings in the trailer park, but then your mama's going to whoop your ass. I'm like, I ain't down for that.
Yeah.
You ain't fight hard enough.
Nope. I'm like, nope. It's like, there it is.
Ain't no pussies in here.
No, mom was like, I ain't raising no pussies in this house. I'm like, oh, shit. I don't even know what that is. But I don't want to be one of them motherfuckers. So, yeah, that's how I grew up. So it was like, you grow up like that, especially being a girl that grows up like that, you see stuff a little bit fucking different. And that's just how it is.
So I know you said there was 9 of y'all. How many were girls?
4 and 4. So I have 4 brothers and I have 4 sisters. So I'm like the 5th girl. I'm the youngest girl.
That's why they trying to beat your ass.
No, they ain't trying to beat my ass because I'm the prettiest one. Hello. They finally did it right when they got to me. So. Sorry for the rest of them.
So you're welcome, bitches.
Yeah.
What would
so-
you say is like your best bit ever? Or your
My
best
stand
performance?
up in it. I did at Port City Comedy Jam. Did y'all watch it when it aired? Oh, y'all gotta
Your
watch that
stand
shit.
up what?
It's called Stand Up in It.
Oh no.
It was about me in my 20s. It's
Okay.
like, you know what, back in the day, when you want to get some real good dick, you just go to the convenience store if you're a white girl, see somebody that might be selling some weed. He got it on his Timbs. You know he's ready to play.
They gonna clap buns. Ain't they?
Look.
Look, I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it.
You gotta
Don't even
watch
spoil
it.
Oh my
it.
You
God.
got look. I'm just letting you know. You gotta watch it.
Oh shit,
That's
that
crazy.
sounds good.
You know, you just drop them drawers. You leave your Tim's on. You just stand up in that fucking pussy. You know what's
Just
up.
had this fucking talk.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about. You just fucking, yeah, he grabs that motherfucker and you just hold the fucker. That's right. And you know what? You ain't got to worry about nothing. He just pulls his pants up. His shoes never fucking came off, so he ain't trying to stay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
See you later.
Holla.
Yep.
Have any people like from your doctor's office job come to your stand-up?
They came to the first one because I was finally like, listen, I'm going to do this shit and it's going to be fucking aired anyway. So if you motherfuckers want to come, you can, but I'm letting you know.
It's lit.
If you're a prude, this ain't for you. And I was like, listen, not everybody can come to this. So like, if you're HR, you can't come to this shit because I might not have my job.
Damn.
So,
Sexual harassment.
That's crazy.
oh, they know it. They know what time it is.
They
Like,
be the worst ones.
yeah, they usually just have real bad haircuts and bad walk. You know what I'm talking about. You ain't never seen no HR person with a good haircut ever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and they all walk like
Yeah.
dictators, and they're typically shady too. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Oh no,
I
they're
know
real
what you're
fake.
doing, and you know I'm gonna look out. I'm just like, I just saw your ass do that.
HR is the fakest in the company.
Yeah, I'm not doing that shit.
You breaking all
but
the
see,
rules.
imagine having somebody like me and you're HR. I'm like, I'm a fucking HR nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, don't do
Because
it.
I'm gonna call you
Don't.
on every fucking thing.
For real.
I do it with my face too, like right behind my mask too. My eyes will tell you all kinds of stuff like, yeah, I just saw your ass. Yep. Sure did. Keep it moving. You don't see me, I don't see you. Ain't nothing to fucking talk about.
Right along.
Yep.
That should be how life works.
Yeah. Like, listen, I ain't bothering you. You ain't bothering me. Just keep doing what you're doing.
That's low key why I like the mask thing. That was like the only reason.
The
Like
mask.
I just felt incognito.
Oh,
Like-
you talking about for society?
Yeah,
Like,
that's the only thing I like about
I
it.
was like, whoa, what was
And
you
then throwing
into?
some shades, you have no idea who I am.
Not until they start
You
fogging
alright?
up. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
You look real incognito until you can't see at all. Yeah, you
walking
know,
into
yeah,
fucking walls.
breathing real hard. Like, you might just one thing about that choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do your eyebrows. That's what I tell
Masks do
people.
make you feel like, yeah.
Like I'm hidden.
But see, I'm I feel like I really can't hide. Like, you gonna know who the fuck I am, though.
Well, not only because your name is on your chest.
Yeah, but you don't know if that's my name.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying if I know you, I'm gonna recognize you.
All right, now it's time to tuck my chain.
Honey, I just thought you were one of them rich people because that's how you know when somebody's rich. They got them real expensive Ziploc bags. So
That's the
how,
goal.
That's how I can tell who
That is-
came from money. Like, are you reusing that Ziploc bag? Is that a real Ziploc bag?
Is that shit scented?
Did that come from the Dollar Tree?
These the zip. I use the sandwich bags that you can rinse out if you want,
Hey, let me
and
tell
they
you
won't
what.
break. You feel me?
Honey, I save my food line bags. Hell, there ain't no reason me
Oh,
buying
we
them little
save those
bags.
too. Yeah.
Honey, I save everything. What you talking
But we
about?
definitely have a lot of Glad bags, different type. We got the zips
Mm-hmm.
for the sandwich.
That ain't
you
what
know.
you're using them bags for. But I appreciate you
Oh,
trying.
these are for sandwiches.
we
we-
I make a lot
you
of
can't
lunches.
tell. You can't tell we eat a lot of lunch.
You ain't taking the lunch nowhere. Quit making them
Damn
stories. I
sure
know what
ain't.
them bags are
You got
for.
me there.
But I
You
appreciate
got me
you.
there. Taking that shit to the living room.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Where's that scale at?
Get it how you Get it how you live.
Are you counting your macros?
For real.
Yeah, I know what you're doing.
Word.
Yeah, listen. Don't let this good hair fool you.
You done
I
been
ain't
through
no-
it all, ain't it?
Honey, please. That's how I made my rent. My roommate stepped out on me. I was like 19. My roommate stepped out on me. It's like, fuck. But this dope boy, he wanted some. I was like, listen, I ain't trying to fuck with you like that. But I'll help you.
But
So,
I'll help you.
but I'm going to help you with your business. And,
Gonna invest in your business.
yeah, I will help you in your business. And you can pay me for my services.
I like that.
a smooth operation.
Listen, business is business. And I don't believe in dirty money. You know what? All that shit spends. So,
definitely.
And all of it's dirty at the end of the day.
I don't give a shit.
Literally
Listen,
and figuratively.
I will iron it.
figuratively.
Listen,
It's
I
all
don't want to
dirty.
hear it. All of it spins. What the fuck
real.
you want to do? I ain't got time for this. I ain't got time to talk to you. How we doing this? What is the objective? All right, let's do it.
Only one place ever asked me where did I get my money from, and that's when I was on probation. Like, and was able to just go like pay on my fines or whatever, and they want to know how you like you got a job.
I
Like,
sell
how
my
you-
plasma.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what does it matter?
Listen,
75.
yeah,
Right.
like,
The fir-
listen.
I think that's the first time.
Yeah, yeah.
I think they say you get 75 the first time or something.
Yeah.
And like 50 every time after that. I'm not sure.
I'm dead.
I haven't had the luxury of selling my plasma.
The luxury.
I guess it's a luxury. I don't know.
Oh no, I don't consider that luxury.
I don't know.
People that sell
Hard
people that sell
I
their
have my
plasma.
friends sell it, but
I'm saying
Yeah.
they seem like they happy as fuck after they sell it. So
because now I could go out on
I know
Friday.
that's what I'm saying.
Like, listen, that's my drink
You
money.
feel me?
Yeah.
For
I get
real.
fucked
Yeah.
up.
Right,
You get
that's
dehydrated,
crazy.
like I ain't feeling so good.
I'm
They done
dizzy.
took all your shit.
I'm dizzy.
You wonder why this bitch can only handle 2 drinks.
Yeah, mm-mm.
She dizzy as fuck.
No.
That bitch need blood right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I might need my shit back. Can I come get a refill?
real, that
Come on,
shit
can y'all hook
crazy.
me up or not?
For real. That's funny.
No, I'm like,
That's sad though.
it's life.
Is it?
Life's
It's
fucking
only
sad.
if you make
Who
it
created
sad.
that?
I'm sure there's a white man behind a desk somewhere that calls himself Sam. I'm sure of it somewhere.
Just come give me your blood.
I mean, that's
I
what
got-
they want.
I got
Everything else you
$50
got fucking
for you.
got.
Right. You will you give me your organs when you die at least?
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
won't
Yeah.
donate your blood.
Ain't that some crazy shit?
You know
though?
what? They'd be like, you know what? You almost there. This is good. You go ahead and take them motherfuckers. They're already there.
Take that shit off my license for the police kill me.
I
Yeah,
think
they
they'll take it
honey,
anyway.
they gonna kill you without looking
What?
at your license. The way they go
For
these
real.
days, they won't even
For
know who you are.
This shit crazy.
Facts. Take
Yeah.
your organs.
That's why I
Even if
said
you're
take
not a
that.
donor.
Oh,
No, they will, but they'll do a fat like
they'll
that
go
organ
ask, they'll
donor
ask your
shit.
family.
Yeah, they'll stop. They'll take you off of
Believe
life
that
support
shit if you
all
want
that
to.
fast.
You sure?
Yeah,
me get
I
that.
said, oh, ask your family.
I feel like we watched a movie about that. It was kind of like turned up though, where they was like, you owed for this. Like people was buying organs,
Oh,
and
yeah.
if you didn't make your payment, they'd come repossess the organ.
Oh, yeah,
that shit was
yeah,
crazy.
That's probably
That
on
was a
like
good one.
Blacklist or some shit like that. That's what it sounds like it would be on
Crazy.
something like that.
That shit was crazy. I
It's
can't
legit.
remember, but it was
You better
lit.
pay your
I was
debt.
like, damn, that's
To
fucked up.
society.
Yep. Like, listen, y'all know I got bad credit. I don't even care if I get no kidney. I don't even care no more. Just fuck it. Because
I
I
don't
know
need
I,
one of them
look,
bitches
I already
anyway.
know I ain't good for it, so I ain't gonna fucking waste your time.
Right.
So,
So I can't apply.
yep. Yep.
When it-
Sorry.
So when it comes to you performing, like, what do you say is your favorite place to perform?
So far, I did like working with Karen at the Port City Comedy Jam. I love the vibe of it. I like what she's trying to do. I like the neighborhood she's putting it in. Let me tell you this shit. So I had a friend, right? And she's white, of course, but I have all kinds of friends, right? So I don't give a shit. She's come to all my shows, no matter where the fuck I've been. She's been there with me the whole way. She got her ticket. She told me she got her ticket for it. Cool. Well, she's in this new relationship. And you know how it is sometimes when you're booed up. She's a lesbian, and me and her old lady don't get along too good. So we're cool. We talk about it the day before. Everything's good. And then the next morning, I'm talking to her. I was like, oh, yeah, so what time do you think you might get there? Well, we went to dinner last night. We rode by, and I just don't know. You know, I just get a really bad vibe from that place. I said, the funny thing is, number one, I know this ain't you talking. That's your old lady talking. And number two, you're judging the neighborhood.
Yeah, because
I
this is a
said-
fucking store.
No, I was like, it's a bodega. It's the,
Yeah.
I said, it's the environment. I said, oh, okay. So then I started seeing her a different light after that, and I'm just like, all right, nope, noted.
That's all it takes is
Noted.
one little situation to have
I'm just like,
somebody show their
damn,
true
like I've
colors.
known you for like years. Like we were like best friends, and it's just like, oh, okay, noted. I see you. But I'm like, I said, you know, that was the most comfortable I've ever been at any place I've ever been invited to.
Yeah.
Like legit, I'm like, oh, this is my fucking place. That's
And
cool.
what's so crazy on top of that, like, I'm pretty sure they've been downtown.
Well, they rode past it, but after they had went to dinner. So it's just like, to me, I'm just like, you know what? I just don't think you understand just being in a different environment than what, like, surfer people or whatever you want to call it. And I'll call it ethnic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, with me, like, the high school I grew up in was minority was white, and then mostly everybody was black. And then you had somebody like me where people were like, I don't know where the fuck you fit in at. So the white kids wouldn't really fuck with me.
Yeah.
And then, but the
Her
black
hair's
kids,
fucking curly. I don't.
well, they were
trust
just like,
it.
I know she's mixed with something. You know, it's one of those things. Like, I'm a fucking unicorn. Like, oh, I ain't never seen anybody like this before. Because we didn't even have, like, Hispanic people where it was either this or this. And then you got me, and nobody knows what the fuck I am. But the black kids would be like, oh, I love your hair. And next thing you know, I come home with cornrows. My daddy's like, I don't even know what the fuck is going on. But I was like, this feels nice. I ain't got to brush my hair.
Your scalp's breathing.
Yeah.
bitch.
I was like, I'm not hot anymore. My dad's like, I don't even know what's going on. Sure, yeah, but it's like that's what made it feel more comfortable. It's like, oh, this is more like home to me because
Yeah.
that's just how it was.
How did the beach? Because you did a set on Carolina Beach.
Oh, Wrightsville Beach. Oh, that shit was so funny. I had the most fucking fun.
It went good?
Oh, yeah, because I told that man I was going to ride his face like a wild horse, and he knew I meant it, so I think it scared him a little bit, but I think he was ready for the adventure.
They like it.
Oh, yeah, they like that
like
shit.
it when they're scared a little.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
like, oh, I might take his cookie. I sure will. It's like, hey, boy. Right, Jamie? Jamie
Right,
said-
Thick Jamie?
Thick
sleep
Jamie,
over
what
there.
you doing,
We got
boy?
him.
Meow. But yeah, I was like, I had a fucking blast because now I'm just like, look, I go in, I own who I am. This is how it is. It's the kind of place where you can call people out in the crowd. So if you're talking too fucking loud, like, hey, why the fuck are you talking? Don't you hear me talking? Get your ass over here. Like, and this basically, I'm just being myself. So I just had a blast. I know I still got it because 2 good-looking white boys tried to get with me, and
girl.
I had a couple. I didn't go home with any of them because I got fucked up on them slushies. Okay, so let me tell you what, this place has a slushy alcoholic machine.
We gotta go.
All right,
I love
Jimmy's Wrightsville
frozen
Beach.
drinks.
Y'all gotta go. I'm telling you, you don't taste the alcohol. Then they put what's called a floater in top, so it's more alcohol. Let me tell you what,
That's
I
our
slept on top
vibe.
of the toilet
We're going
that night.
tonight.
We going tonight? Don't be
Not with these.
scared.
Oh, I
Don't
ain't
be
scared.
scared.
I'm like these shoes. I don't know.
I got some slides for
Yeah.
you.
Oh, you think I won't? I'm like,
Going
listen.
tonight.
I'm like, listen, I'm gonna have to go home and get my other medicine as part of the Lord's medicine, and then I can meet y'all over there.
Oh no, we got some of the Lord's medicine now. Yeah, everything's good.
Listen, I don't know if I can handle what y'all got. Okay, y'all might be on a different level than what I'm
The
on.
regular
But listen,
prescription.
it's like, listen, I'm on a low dose.
Hey.
It is from Colorado. I went to Colorado in April for the first time. I was like, this is what it's like. You just ride through the streets and it's like, this is glorious.
How
This
was
is-
it?
It was
'Cause
nice.
we wanted
It
to
was
take
weird.
a
It was
picture.
weird because of COVID.
Yeah.
But everything was still fucking open. Like
gonna say,
the
where did they
dispensaries and
have
stuff were
strict
open.
restrictions. or
Wear your
anything?
mask. Like
Was
just
it?
yeah. Public
much it.
transportation was still open if you wanted to do that. Downtown was still open.
Yeah, it just wasn't as packed as. it
No, and I'm
usually
okay
be.
with that.
Yeah, that's how it was. In,
Can you
Just-
Uber Eats weed?
That I don't know.
Uber
I didn't
Eats
try.
weed?
Yeah.
Why don't you just call delivery weed? Hey, shot.
Ain't that what that is? The Uber Eats
Is
is
it Uber
delivery.
Eats, though?
Uber Eats is
Or
the
Uber
place
Weed?
that delivers everything.
Is it Uber
They
Weed?
deliver groceries. They deliver liquor.
See, I didn't know because I personally wanted to go into the place
Yeah.
and be like, let me experience this shit for
Let me
myself.
see all this shit.
I'm like, yeah.
Hey,
So I'm
shouts
just
out
like,
shouts out to Method Man and Red Man on How High. That's first, and then shouts out to Dave Chappelle and his gang on Half Baked
You
because
ever
they
seen
told us
Pineapple
all this shit.
Express?
Yeah, definitely. Shout outs to
I was
all.
like, I
all,
swear, I
all
think
of
I
them.
know somebody that acts just like that dude. I'm just
That's
like, wait
crazy.
a second. I know somebody that.
But they've been taught us about, like, they've been trying to tell us, like, this
that
was
there's
to
a bunch
come.
of different type of weeds.
Like
and
strands,
weeds
like, for instance, How High. Method
Let me
Man
tell
is
you.
growing the strands that help with ED and headaches and
Well, I mean, it's medicine.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know why people fight it so much. When I say people, I mean, I don't know why the government just won't leave people to fuck alone about it. Because let me tell you what, my dad was like strict on stuff. As crazy as my childhood was, my dad was like very strict on stuff. Like he didn't really drink. He wasn't into like drugs. He wasn't into smoking weed, nothing. But my brother, when we were 14, he had a plant in his room. And my dad would be so pissed off. And we like baked cookies one night and it burned up in the house. We had the windows open. My dad's like, "You're smoking that goddamn reefer, aren't you?" And we're just like,
Reefer.
actually, we cooked cookies. We actually, for once, weren't doing anything bad. Oh, yeah. So when he got older, my dad had cancer and it was like, he went downhill real fast. But he was taking the pills the doctor was giving him, but he had never taken pain medicine either. So it fucked his whole system up. And he had lost so much weight. I mean, he was always in the hospital from being dehydrated. He got to where he couldn't walk anymore. And we kept telling him, like, we really think you need to try this instead. And his old mindset of, like, the whole, like, reefer madness, like, way back in the day kind of thing, where he was like, no, that ain't good. I'm like, do you think this shit's good for you? Look what it's doing for you. I said, this one thing will help you eat now. It will help you do this. I said, it will help you do that. And nobody else would have that talk with him. I sat down with him at the fucking kitchen table at his house. I was like, listen to me. You're going to do this. I said, you're going to try you some weed. And that's just what it's going to be. I said, we're not going to keep going to the hospital when I'm telling you we have something that can help you. And he was like, okay, I'll do it. So I called my brother over from next door. He was like he's a big supplier.
pharmacist?
He's a supplier. And
The pharmacist.
how you think these bills get paid in this house? He's a hard worker. So, and it's funny because as kids, my dad would like whoop your ass. Like he don't care. So he's sitting there with a big tray. He's just looking at me and I'm looking at him. He's just rolling something up and we're like, oh shit, is daddy going to change his mind and backhand the fuck out of us? Well, we're just going to see how this plays out. My dad was like 74.
Yeah.
Never done anything. So he's like, all right, daddy, I'm not going to give you my hard stuff. I'm just going to give you some little bit because you ain't never had anything before. So he's rolling it up and we're just scared as shit as kids. So he hands it to him. We wait. We're just staring at his ass for something to happen. 30 minutes later, he's like, you feel anything? No, I don't feel anything. He's like, all right, now I'm going to give you my good stuff. He passed the fuck out.
So he smoked it.
Oh, yeah. He passed the fuck out. He woke up. He's like, oh, my God, I didn't even know I was asleep. I was like, I know. Next thing you know, he's like, listen, I want you to call over to Pizza Hut, and I want this. And he hadn't eaten for like weeks. And then he was like back to walking. He was completely fine. Next thing you know, he's got all of his old farmer friends because they were all like farmer people. Like he was talking to them about it like he knew everything. I heard his friend who was like, so how much does that stuff cost you? He's like, real country. He's like, well, you know, it depends on what kind you get. I'm like, where did you come from?
That's so funny though, hearing like your parents.
Yeah, I'm just like, what are you talking about? I was like, and he would be like, you want to see where I keep my stash? I was like, I don't even know who you are. It was in one of those 10 blue butter cookie containers.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He means
the
business.
assorted cookies.
Yeah.
Them shits be busting.
He
too.
was
That's the
dead.
classic
The
disguise.
butter, them butter joints.
He said, hey, you want to see my stash? I was like, I don't even know who the fuck you are right now. I was like,
That is too funny.
but next thing you know, he had like little Debbie cakes hitting in his chair. He'd get the munchies, be passed out with. I was like, well, at least you're eating. You know.
I'm gonna have to send this part to my grandpa because we're on this part trying to get him to just eat it or smoke it regularly.
Well, and I told him,
cancer, like, same
I'm
type of
telling
thing.
you, because the pills messed him up. It's like that stuff's not good for you.
Word. I swear once he started getting sick and getting like medical, pills and all that stuff, it just went downhill from there.
And that's what happened with him. It was like almost like overnight. Within like a 2-week span, I'm just like, what in the hell is happening? Because he never took medicine, but he didn't want to hurt, so he would forget when he would take something, and then he was taking too much, and then he couldn't go to the bathroom, and then he couldn't walk anymore because he had lost so much weight and he was dehydrated. And it was like legit. It's like that. I was just like, that's what it's for. I was like, you know how much of a garden you keep, how much stuff you could have been growing this whole time, my whole childhood.
Word. You could have been supplying stuff.
Yeah. I'm like, get your life together. You can grow anything.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's
For
crazy.
real.
Yeah, that's fucked up. They don't even want you to know that natural shit will help you way more than what you think a doctor is doing.
Facts.
For real, we gotta get to that.
Definitely. So where do you want to go next? Like, what's your next step as far as like, where do you want to take your comedy?
Well, I would love to do a lot more traveling, but it's like, I have the kid thing. So it's like, my big thing right now is like, make sure I can still do this. And I want to have a lot more experiences and meet more people and have more opportunities with it. But it also has to go around. I have this little person that I'm attached to, and she still comes first. And that's just how it is. So, like, I would love to travel, and I want to do more stuff. I want to do more shows. I want to do more stuff like this. If you guys ever want to have me back, I'm totally down for it. Or, I'm just open to whatever is good, whatever's positive.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm just open to whatever's going to come to me.
Yeah.
So, damn, I was just lost for a second.
Your medicine kicked in.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I don't
He
even
had
know.
a delayed reaction.
Might check
Because
one, too.
in my head, I was thinking about linking up with Karen and us like sponsoring a show, but I want to pick the artist. Oh, that was the question. Do you have longer bits? Like, what's your longest bit that you have?
I think I'm doing more like 15 to 20 minutes now for a lot of people. My biggest thing is like, it ain't that I don't have enough to say. It's like, okay, I got to scale it back and not do too much because I have what I want to do, like my bases, but then I do a lot more spontaneous stuff too, but it all will flow. So it's like, oh shit, it's all right, my time. All right, cool. And then I got to cut myself.
Yeah. Because I want to have a show, but I want to pick the artists and only have like 4.
Shit, I'm sure we can.
Yeah, we definitely can. But that's one thing I want to do because I want to see some of the people that I thought was funnier than others for a longer period of time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rather than 5 minutes or 7
Yeah.
minutes. Like I want, because some of that,
I
some of that
fucking love
shit
that
is
shit. I'm like,
yeah,
honey,
for real.
I'm like, listen, my whole life is improv. I'm just trying to figure this shit out. Everybody's like, oh, that's funny. I was like, honey, I don't plan on saying half of this shit I say.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's right in the moment. I plan stuff out, and what works at that time works, and then what don't, then I just say for another time.
Because I feel like that's what we was trying to. Well, we told Lex.
Lex is funny as shit.
Oh yeah, he's funny as fuck. But we told him like everything we watched on Netflix first was all of the stand-ups, and then we ran out of those, and then we watched all of the comedy series like shows.
Yeah.
Ran out of those.
Just
Now,
like the lab.
now we trying to find. Now we stuck between thrillers and all
Yeah.
suspense and all of that shit. Like, you
And
know.
we really didn't know that there was a lot of like open mic nights and
I didn't know half of this shit
definitely.
was here until I did that one thing with Karen. I'm just like, oh, y'all actually have shit. Like, I didn't know shit in Wilmington had opened back up. That's why I had done it down in South Carolina so much, because they had opened back up so much faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we love that shit. Like, I love to laugh. I don't give a fuck. Laugh, smoke, fuck, and eat.
All of it at the same time.
In that order?
Yeah.
Not in that order. I'll figure out the order later, but
He's like, I need to
definitely-
order a combo, please.
definitely-
He's like, I'm at
definitely-
Zaxby's and I need me a chicken sandwich,
For real.
and I'm getting head at the same time.
yeah. Oh, that's
Oh,
love.
don't give him any fucking
love.
ideas.
I already
But, oh,
told you.
shit.
I
Oh,
already
it's a
told you about
combo.
drive-through. What I wanted to do the drive-through now.
Oh, you want to get arrested? Okay.
They
Oh,
got,
we're going to jail.
Let me tell you what. That's
They
one of
gotta
my
remember the
fantasies.
license plate.
Okay. That's one of my
We go.
fantasies. I want to be in a dark alley. I want somebody to come arrest me because I'm a hooker and I got to work off my ticket. So that's what I'm.
We'll put you on our OnlyFans, girl. We got you.
I'm like, hey.
Tell the people where to find you.
You can find me on Instagram at the Natasha Locklear. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me here in Wilmington. I got crystals in my bra, so the universe will attract you to me. Hey, buddy.
Are you dead ass?
I'm dead ass serious. Hold on, let me tell you what I got. Look,
Oh my! Is that meth?
no, boy. I ain't walking around with that kind of money. No.
Damn, she pulled a
Listen.
Molly out the titties.
Listen, I have done Molly a couple of times, and let me tell you what, I can't do that shit like that because I like it too much.
It's too fun.
I can't fuck with it. I'm like, next thing you know, I feel like I'm about to fucking clean this whole house. I gotta tell you everything that's ever happened to me my whole life in 3 seconds.
And I'm about to fly.
And y'all don't even fucking know what's about to happen. And then I get so jazzed, and I'm just like, shit. And then you can't go to sleep. I'm like,
Then you got to smoke all your
Nope.
weed that you got
Then
saved.
the come down is hard. The next day you're just like, oh,
yeah.
shit. I'm like, you know what? It ain't worth it.
Yeah.
I ain't got time off like
Look,
that.
body armor. Hey, and y'all might have to, we could talk about this body armor. We could make a little sponsor, but body armor, the drink,
Yeah.
great for hydration.
He says it'll get you right.
Let me tell you what.
Because the come down is really being dehydrated. That's
Yeah.
why you want all this water and
Yeah.
Red Bull, and this is really
Listen,
dehydrated.
after having a kid, I want to do more drugs now than I ever did before my whole life. Okay, and that's just being real. I'm just being 100%.
That's how we gonna end the show, y'all.
Word.
Subscribe, Talk Spicy TV, all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, www.talkspicy.tv.
Word. Thank you, Natasha.
You're
Yes,
welcome.
thank you
Thanks for
coming.
having me.
It was fun.
Push the fucking button. Gang!
Still classy and nasty. Yeah, you know the deal, and they still throwing $100 bills, and they still 5 in the morning, and they still